Hi! So my senior project is making an entire cartoon show pilot by myself. What exactly goes into a cartoon show pilot? So a pilot is a standalone episode that kind of shows the distributor or television network what this show would be like, the message, the tone, and like the intended audience will be. And while I was researching into this, I found out that there are different types of pilots, more than I thought there would be. So here are like some of the pilots that I found because there were 15, so I broke it down to 4. So we have the good old-fashioned premise pilot, which introduces the world, the characters to the audience, and is often structured as like the first episode or like the introduction episode. Then we have our proof of concept. So instead of having a regular premise episode, we have what a typical episode would look like. Sort of get into the mindset that you already know these characters and you already know what goes on in the world. You're just here for the ride. That's what's up. And then we have test run, which is basically a small number of episodes that air for a short amount of time. The network looks at the numbers, see if it's good, and if it's good, they get a proper full season, and on goes on the world. And then we have a backdoor pilot, which is basically a proof of concept that gets aired or introduced as a spin-off for an existing show. So how do we start? I kind of broke it down into 4 parts, which is the concept, what is our story, and then drawing it out, which is making the script, designing the characters, and then designing each and every single frame. And then putting it all together, which is editing the frame, putting in sound, and any finishing touches that I need in the pilot. And then profit, which is it's finished and it's done. So the first step is concept. So what are we writing about? I broke it down to 4 steps. What is my pilot? The genre, the tone, why am I writing this, and who is my audience? And here's my response. So my pilot is about a transfer student that arrived on the first day of school, and then she finds monsters and a talking cat. So now she has to defend the schools from these monsters with her talking cat and new friends that she found along the way. The genre and tone is more of an action, slice of life, lighthearted melodrama. And the reason why I'm writing this is because I kind of wanted to see like what a magical girl series would look like in the Bay Area or in America, because oftentimes they're like in Japan or in Tokyo, and there's only like one that's like in Paris, but we don't talk about that one, I'm gonna be honest with you. And my intended audience is definitely teenagers and young adults, so it will talk about some heavy topics, and then sometimes it'll be just chill, just chilling, fighting monsters, going up on the Golden Gate Bridge. And then I had to make the script and I decided to go with a simplified version of a master scene script, which is going to be a scene heading and then the action and then the character, and then there's a that dialogue and then transition. Instead, what I end up doing was there was just the action, the character, dialogue, and then repeat. Next, we have my favorite part, drawing it out. So we're gonna make our characters first because I love drawing. So in animation, especially in the TV industry scene, there's often going to be a character lineup. What a character lineup, from what I know, is it shows the proportion and shape dynamics. It only uses flats, so it's just color and very minimal shading, and oftentimes it's used to maintain unity between different animators, because in a professional TV industry production, they would have multiple people working on an episode, not just one. So they often would use this so that way animators know how tall a certain person is, what they are compared to, the next character, so on and so forth. And here's our cast. So our story will be more of an animatic, which is basically a storyboard version, but with sound, and it's the final product before it goes into, roughs and finals and sketch cleanups and all the good technical stuff, which I am not doing because that will actually take a year or 2. So from the left, we have our protagonist, Selena. She's very reserved, very that's why she's like mostly wearing a hoodie, something comfortable, because she doesn't really want to draw attention to herself, especially with the incident in her last school, so she's going through a tough patch. And then we have Ari, who is more of like popular kid, everybody knows her, nobody wants to cross her because she will beat the living out of you. And then we have June, who is sort of like the brainiac of the group. So she's more of a college-ready brainiac. Then we have Finn, which is best friends with Ari, and by association is somewhat popular because everyone wants to be around him because he's just so fun. And then we have Apollo, which is this friendly giant of the lacrosse team who always happens to be in the gardening club. And then we have Diana, who's more of like this 70-loving, grooving kind of kid who still has a record player, definitely goes to open mic on every Friday at her local coffee shop, and always gets a chai latte. And then we have Starlight, the talking cat, who doesn't really understand humans all that well, which is really funny considering she's been around humans for 100 years. You know, she's definitely extraterrestrial, but call her an alien and she gets really pissy for absolutely no reason. And then, because it's a Magical Girl series, I had to make Magical Girl outfits. So here are their outfits. And their outfits is supposed to represent their inner selves. June looks like a space ranger because her biggest dream is to go to space. That's why she looks like Buzz Lightyear, don't question me. And then we have Finn, who actually looks like what he wants to look like, which is playing D&D and being a D&D adventurer, y'all. And then, of course, I think my favorite has to be Diana, because it's so simple, but I think it's like the most magical girl out of all of them. And it's an outfit based off of Diana Ross, too, so it's just great. And I love it, and I love drawing it every time. How am I going to make this? So, I have the utmost privilege to have the highest quality program of them all, Clip Studio Paint. So, I already use this program, but this program is also used for animation, illustration, and webcomics. I already know this program, and I didn't have to go through a learning curve, but I quickly got into a problem. How am I going to organize everything? So at the start, I decided and draw every single frame that I thought would happen in the script. Pros, I was able to get like a big chunk down. Problem, the timing was really bad. And because of that, I have to take each frame, put it on a folder for every image sequence, and it was like 100 images. And then I would put that in the editing program, and I have to edit every single second. And I found myself into a problem where I didn't have enough frames. So there's some moments where if there's one frame for like a long time and you're like, why is there not like, this kind of seems a little boring. That's why. Different frames. Every little bar you see is a different frame. And then that is every second that I had to adjust. But then I found a different way. This is my cat. Say hi. She's lovely. She's gonna be my co-star. Where are you going? Where are you going? I realized timing was really important for this project. So instead of doing what I was doing, I decided to utilize a feature that's in Clip Studio Paint. It's called audio. I was able to import an audio track. So that means I had to get all my audio done, doing every single line that I voiced. And there are some lines from my lovely friends that were able to help it. There are pros to this, which is I can animate on the beat. I do everything in one document and I can plan my frames on the beat. Con, it ends up being a lot smaller. So it ended up becoming like smaller chunks and there was a lot of fiddling involved, but it was definitely a lot faster in the editing progress. Here's what it looks like in Clip Studio Paint. You can see that the chunks are a lot bigger and there's the audio file right there. So I can have the exact pinpoint of when someone says something, I can draw it, continue on, and then if there's another scene that I want to put another frame in it, I can pause, draw it, and then continue on. And then when I put it in the editing program, it's just a simple drag and drop, and if there's anything I need to fix up or, any final touches, I can just use the editing programs like special effects and it's done. And then I found something last minute, which is using 3D models, which I was using, but I didn't know that you can take a picture of the 3D models that you have and use that as a layer. So I was able to, basically animate with 3D posing, then sketch it, then do the line art. Here's the thing, it was a lot of fiddling, and I had to rasterize, which is make it into an image on every frame. and I had to make sure I had to draw over the 3D image and then over that drawing so that it doesn't look like I just copied onto, like, you know, I was drawing on the 3D. I got proportions and camera angles ready, and I didn't have to draw the background, which was a pain. And then we had to put it all together. We were at the home stretch, baby. My biggest challenge, sound. I thought making script was going to be, I thought editing was going to be hard. No, it was going through the sound called, I think, Zap Sounds or Zapsplat. I don't remember. I'm probably saying it wrong, and then I have to edit over myself. Problem. I can only download 3 audio tracks every 5 minutes because to them that was saving bandwidth. And I had to download almost over 40 different sound tracks. So it was a lot of waiting. And oh god, the music was even harder because I was trying to figure out, like, do I do with copyright free music or do I do music that I already know? And finding a song for the magical girl transformation scene was already hard enough because I didn't want to go with the regular Sailor Moon song, so I decided to choose another magical girl series. You know what it ended up being? Sailor Moon. And it was Sailor Uranus and Mercury's transformations. And then the editing program. So I got Hit Film because I worked with Hit Film before, and it was a lot easier. Finally was able to put it all together. And another part for my sound is the voices. Warning, there's gonna be very cringy voice acting, mostly by me. And everyone else did absolutely wonderful, and I love all of them that helped me out. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching the slideshow presentation. Because now we're moving on to the pilot. Now you're gonna watch the pilot. So, I hope you enjoy. I'm sorry about the really bad voice acting by me. Yeah, I hope you enjoy.
You're going to do fine, Miha. I'm sure this new school will be great and you'll make lots of new friends. You sure? Miha, focus on your schoolwork and you'll be fine. Okay, I hope you're right. I love you, Ma. I love you too, Miha. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Just fine. Just focus on your grades, get into a good college, and if you happen to make a couple of friends here, that's okay. Maybe I'm just super late. There's no possible way an intruder would be at school on the first day. Besides, the alarm would be going off. Right? That was really stupid of you. You could have been killed. Although, that was some fast thinking. Did you just talk? Ah. Meow. Wait a minute. You can't just walk away from that. What are you? Who are you? Are you a spirit or an alien? or I'm going crazy. First off, I am not an alien. Ew. Second off, I am a guardian looking for a willing soul to protect this realm of reality to make sure it doesn't get consumed by a cataclysm fate. What? I'm looking for someone who is willing to protect this plane of living to ward off a great evil. What? I'm looking for someone who is willing to become a superhero to protect this place. Oh. Right. Well, bye-bye. Wait, hold on. Maybe I can help you out. I mean, if the school admin saw you, they would call animal control and kick you out. Fine. Let me in your bag. Hold on, I was not expecting this. Well, you said you can offer assistance, and I'm taking on your offer. Alright, fine.
Where the hell did they come from?
Are we sure we should be beating up the animals right now? They're probably just really scared.
Scared? They're trying to kill us.
Well, maybe we cannot try to bash their heads in.
No!
Do it now!
Dark shadowy wolf figures and animal guardian with a burst of light. Do you guys know what this means?
Are aliens finally invading the planet?
For the last time, I am not an alien. I am a guardian sent from the creator of the universe to find willing souls to protect this realm of reality from a fate so terrifying the whole world will fall into shadow and succumb to the void, leaving nothing but dust and ash. I can't believe I'm doing this, but considering this is an emergency and you are my only choice in the matter, would you be willing to bring forth your true self to protect this realm?
No offense, but if this is an emergency, can we speed up the whole monologue thing?
Will they become macho girls and boys? Great!
Dude, I kind of do be looking cute though.
Are these outfits really combat efficient?
Definitely not, but honestly, kind of digging it.
All right. No time for small talk. The situation is growing dire at the moment.